Okay, we have Swami's Cafe that's coming in this year, later this year. Raising Cane's will demolish the former Famous Dave soon. That's a chicken, they have chicken and delicious chicken, and they will open later in the fall. We have 508 Tavern on South Santa Fe, which has great tacos if you haven't been there. We have Dog House, which is, their construction is now underway, and they are going to open later this year. Wildwood Grill, which is the formerly the La Paloma, and that is open now currently. And if you look at their website, they have a room where they have bands with karaoke, I guess. I don't know. I don't do that. So. We have Pokey Pokey in the Vista Village restaurant, which is open. When Pigs Fly, we have the Flying Pig. Now we have When Pigs Fly, and we seem to be I went to go together. We did a lot here, right? When Pigs Fly on Main Street, that is open, and they have great tacos also. Milk Organics, which is a health food store, it's open, and Miko's Sushi, which is opening later this year. They actually have one in Carlsbad right now, and they went in Vista. And Chow's, if we haven't been out on East Vista Way, they are currently working on their expansion renovations, which will be completed later this year. It's a huge expansion that they're doing out there, so check that one out. So now I want to talk a little bit about the restaurants and talk about maybe our traffic flow in our streets. Last year we began construction on a handful of neighborhood sidewalk and traffic safety projects, including adding new sidewalks in the town site and Maryland Elementary School neighborhoods, installing a traffic signal on O'Deer, and constructing a new roundabout at Vale Terrace and Ponderosa Drive. Well, it took them a few days to figure that out. We had people went over the middle of it at first. All those roundabouts are, we got to drive on. Okay, we set aside $650,000 to reduce traffic congestion, and to date, we have completed several projects. We added a new lane at Civic Center and Phillips Street by Starbucks, which everybody likes, that one. We striped North Melrose Drive to add a third lane in both directions, and we installed a new traffic signal system to better time the traffic lights between intersections. We're committed to relieving our traffic congestion and are working hard to create a less congested city. In July, $150,000 was added to the traffic engineering budget, and this figure will be allocated annually to increase the traffic improvement budget. We've also paved 72 miles of city roads, making them safer and smoother for motorists. The success of our historic downtown is great news. However, we found that more activity created tight parking. In April, we opened a new public parking lot on Citrus, which has greatly reduced the parking issues by adding 119 more spaces. We also added 12 new parking spaces along downtown streets. We doubled the number of streetlights, which is really important for safety, and we installed directional signs, creating a more safe nighttime environment and helping visitors locate parking and other downtown amenities. You might have seen one when you came in. We have them out there telling you where the Civic Center is, so you all found it. With the additional funding coming from the state's gas tax increase, we anticipate being able to focus more on improving our residential streets. Graffiti, trash, overgrown weeds, and vacant buildings are just some of the serious issues that create problems in our neighborhoods. By removing rundown properties and resolving code violations, our neighborhoods are strengthened and our crime rate decreases. That's why the City of Vista is committed to fighting back against blight. So last year, we increasingly targeted early signs of problems to keep them from spreading and growing over time. We used both simple approaches, like adding trash cans at the transit bus stops, and more complex lines of attack, such as purchasing the Palo Vista property on Civic Center Drive and demolishing the vacant buildings to make room for a community park to focus on fully eradicating graffiti throughout our city. Fortunately, some of these problems will go with new construction. The old Sycamore Creek Mobile Home Park property and the Vista Village Creekwood property were formerly hangouts for criminal activity and homeless. The private development taking place at both of these locations is a win-win for us because they provide much needed housing as well as eyes on the street to deter the vandals, criminals, and the homeless. Last year, a budget included funding for an additional code enforcement officer to focus on blight. The expanded staffing has exceeded our expectations by working on some of the more challenging cases in the city and closing most of them. We also improved 10 business facades in 2017 using matching grants or matching funds and thus improving the existing older buildings along our commercial corridors. Construction on Phase 2 of the Paseo Santa Fe street improvements along South Santa Fe Avenue has begun, and this 2-year project will remove blight from Ocean View to Terrace Drive and continue with the same look and feel of Phase 1 along the corridor. So you might want to think about driving down there for the next couple of years while we're under construction there. To receive news on the construction, I encourage you to sign up for updates at cityofvista.com, and they'll send out updates on any construction problems in the traffic. We continue to enforce our multifamily housing ordinance. with the help of our code officers and sheriff deputies, making it safer for our residents who live in apartments. As you can see, we are serious about removing blight and improving our image. Please continue to report city nuisances or vandalism by using the Access Vista City app. And I don't know if you have the Access City Vista, but it's very cool. And you can go out there and you can check any construction project, what's underway, it has that. But also you can take a picture, if you see graffiti or you see a problem, you just take a picture of it or just describe it and send it in, and it comes in, it gets taken care of in a few days. So continue to use that Access Vista app. If you don't have it, put it on your phone. We introduced that last year. You can also report things by our hotline or reporting things online. With your help, we can quickly tackle those issues and stop them from spreading. It's kind of the broken window theory. Quality of life also depends on the safety of our neighborhoods, how we respond to life and property emergencies, and how well we prepare for disasters. So thanks to the outstanding work of Captain Chuck Cinemo and the Vista Sheriff's Department, I'm proud to say that crime is heading in the right direction. Again this year, it's down. Vista's overall crime rate index has fallen to just under 19%. This is an 8% decrease when compared to 2016, dropping 25% since 2013. So I want to congratulate Chuck Cinemo on that. Also want to say congratulations to our Vista Fire Department for celebrating 90 years in service. In 1927, Vista was a small town of 553 residents. And with the addition of a hose cart donated from the city of Oceanside, thank you Oceanside, and 14 community volunteers, the Vista Fire Department was born. So today, under Chief Hahn's exceptional supervision, the fire department serves over 115,000 district and Vista residents with 89 uniformed personnel. Due to the increase in service calls, a 4th ambulance was added to the fire department's fleet to better serve the community and respond to medical calls. The recent Lilac fire, as well as Anaheim and the Northern California wildfires, are a reminder that wildfire could flare up at any moment, and that more and more wildfire is becoming a way of life for us in Southern California, unfortunately. The pictures on this slide remind us that the fire events are horrible tragedies, especially with the loss of life and property. We continue to keep the residents affected by these wildfires in our thoughts and our prayers. Our fire and sheriff responders continually train to ensure they are ready for any type of disaster. While we were fortunate the Lilac fire did not reach our city limits, our neighbors were less fortunate. We were, however, able to provide assistance during the Lilac fire, and both our chief and captain played an integral role in CAL FIRE's Incident Command Center. So thank you to both Chief Hahn and Captain Cinemo and their teams for the public safety efforts in protecting and serving our community. So we appreciate them so much. As we know, parks, recreational areas, and open space are valuable features which make Vista so special, and I truly believe that spending recreational time outdoors has a positive impact on our community. Parks make life better for us, and our recreation programs are an essential community service. There's no better place to get people outdoors than at a green space, on a trail, in a ball field, or at the park. We've made great strides in investing in healthier and active lifestyle options for Vista residents by spending over $10 million on park upgrades, new playground equipment, updated restrooms, and better lighting over the past 3 years. In August, we opened our 2 new skate parks, and while we got off to a bumpy start with sporadic vandalism, I'm happy to report that the skate community has stepped up and is taking an active role in helping to keep the sites clean and safe. In December, we actually increased the park's hours of operation. This year, we will continue with our public outreach on finalizing the types of improvements residents envision for Bob Williamson Park. We hope that by the end of the year, we will begin working on their park improvements. We also host we'll host 2 community workshops in March to determine the types of amenities that residents want for the future Palo Vista Community Park, which I mentioned earlier. I'm excited this park will greatly enhance the important entryway on Palo Vista and Civic Center and into our city, and provide a new neighborhood park for the community. The City Council and I will be setting our goals for fiscal years 2018 through 2020, or 2020, not 2020, during an upcoming public workshop in March. We probably won't see every policy or implementation program everyone wants in the goal. However, I'm confident that the finished product will not be vastly different from the current goals we have, and that it will accurately reflect our collective vision for our city. And finally, we remain steadfast in staying engaged with our residents and our businesses. Please continue to stay involved, all of you. Get informed, call us, write or email us, follow the city on its official social media sites, sign up for weekly news updates, or attend a city council meeting. We appreciate you being involved and with them listening to your ideas. Together as a community, we will face new challenges with new solutions. By paving roads, balancing our budgets, responding to emergencies, and providing recreational opportunities, we are fulfilling our commitment and laying the foundation for a better future. In closing, I'm honored once again to stand before you at a time of remarkable change in Vista. And I am so fortunate to be a part of that change and to be the mayor at a time when the economy is good and the city has a little money to do some of the projects that we wanted to do for many years, and to complete some of those, and also that have been planned by even former councils. And so I'm just fortunate to be here at this time. It's a great time to be the mayor. So looking ahead to the projects we have before us, I'm confident that the results of our work over the past year will serve as a stable foundation for building a stronger and more prosperous future of Vista. So thank you for the last 7.5 years for listening to me, and I appreciate being here, and I hope to be here another 4 years for the election and